What is going on, guys? It's Derek here from Simnett Nutrition. So we're back for another episode of Ask Me Mondays. Today I'm going to be addressing a lot of questions on working out and my workouts and calisthenics and all that type of stuff. So it should be a good one. If you guys have questions for next week, don't forget to leave them in the comments down below, and I'll definitely look at them all and address the ones I think that'll help all you guys. So just quickly before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know I booked a trip to California. I was there a couple months ago and I loved it so much. So we've been saving up our money and we're going again, getting away from this cold winter in Canada. And that's the reason why I'm not filming outside today. I really enjoyed the last two where I was like walking around holding the camera, talking to the camera out in the wilderness, but it is like so cold and so blustery outside, it would not have made for a good video or a happy Derek. So I'm in here filming. But I'm gonna be in California from basically the beginning of February for just about 2 weeks. So from February 1st until February the 13th. And I'm gonna be around Venice Beach and I'll be working out at the Venice Beach calisthenics area there. I think they call it the Pit, but it's Muscle Beach or whatever you wanna call it. And also Santa Monica. So if you guys are interested, I could create like a day where I do like a meetup. If you guys are interested, I have no idea if that many people would want to actually see and hang out with me or maybe work out. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys live in the LA area and if you would be interested in that sometime between the February 1st and 13th. All right, so let's get started with this Q&A. So the first question comes from Jared Spillfogel. How many days a week do you get to the gym? So I generally work out 6 days a week, so 6 times. I usually, you guys know, I'll do push, pull, legs, and then I'll do again push, pull, and then legs. But often on that second leg day, I'll make it like more of a total body workout where I just focus on doing like movements that feel good and whatever I didn't get done during the week. So if I want to do some more pull-ups or some more muscle-ups, or I want to work on static holds, if I want to work on my abs or something like that, I'll incorporate that into like a light leg day. So I don't think it's necessary to go to the gym 6 times in a week in order to make gains. I think 4 times is probably a good number for most people. And if you're feeling energetic and you love going, 5 is good too. And if you're like me and you just love it and it works with your lifestyle, then 6 is good as well. So for the next question, I'm going to go to a question I got on Instagram because I think it's important to address this one early because I know a lot of people have been asking me this question. So it's from Hayden's Vegan Life on Instagram, and he says, "Hey Derek, I just saw your latest videos and was wondering, what are the benefits between doing push-pull leg splits and just focusing on a particular body part each day, like chest, shoulder, leg, back, arms split?" So Hayden and anybody else that's curious, I don't think that there are any benefits because essentially you're doing the same thing. So when I say that I'm going to do a push day, I'm generally working out any muscles that help me do push movements. So that would be like your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. When I'm doing a pull day, pulling things either that way or this way, then you're generally working like your back, your biceps as well. And then on leg day, it's obvious, I'm just working legs. So I don't think that there's any great benefit. For me, there's a benefit because I don't have to think, at least when I was starting, I didn't have to think, okay, what exercise works my chest? What exercise works my shoulders? I mean, it might seem obvious to a lot of you guys, but when I first started, that's what I did and it worked for me and it was really simple in my head and just went like, oh, I'm gonna do pushing exercises today. So I just like push my body doing a push-up, and then I would like push, weights over my head like this and push myself like that with the dip bars and do dips. So I found that a really easy way for me to break up my workouts. But if it works better in your mind to say that, oh, I'm gonna work like chest and triceps today or whatever, then definitely do it that way. On some of my push days, I definitely do focus more on like my chest versus shoulders, let's say. But when you're pushing, doing pushing movements, you're gonna be working all those muscles anyway. So that's why I like to group it like that. So I hope that answers the question. It was a good question. So this next question comes from Peaceful Strength Vegan. Hi Derek, I saw you have used drop sets even in past videos. Do you do them every workout usually, once a week for muscle group, or just when you feel like it? I'm also vegan and around your age, but way less advanced, and I'm trying to understand the ideal effort to spend in the gym without overtraining or similar. I love your channel. Well, thanks for loving my channel. I love your comment and your question. So I don't do drop sets for every set that I do, but I would say that I throw them into my workout somewhere at least once a workout for sure. And it isn't always with like weights. So for instance, you guys have probably noticed that doing a wide grip pull-up is harder than doing a chin-up, which is harder than doing a neutral grip chin-up or pull-up, whatever way you want to call it, but when your arms are sort of this way. So you could do a drop set like that, where you do wide grip pull-ups, and then you move to a chin-up, and then you move to a neutral grip pull. And that is another style of doing drop sets because it gets easier as you go along. So that's one way that I'll utilize them. But to answer the question, I would say I do it at least once or twice a workout, and more if I'm feeling really strong. Like I try and work out really intuitively the same way that I eat. So if one day I'm doing pull-ups and it's really, really easy, then I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna add some weight to this one. But if I get to the gym and I'm feeling sluggish and I do some pull-ups and it's hard and my body weight's feeling really heavy that day, well, I won't go and add a bunch of weight. I'll just rep out my body weight as many times as I can. So hope that answers your question. So the next question from Judy. Nice vid, Derek. Well, thank you. I have one question. Example, if you want to learn how to pull up, do you practice it every day, or is it better only on your pull days 2 times a week? Or how did you learn it and get better? Thanks. So that's a really good question. If you're trying to learn how to do a pull-up or increase your numbers of pull-ups, should you do it every single day? Or should you just do it like twice a week and let your body rest in between that time? So I think this is going to change for most people and depending on like where you're at in your pull-up journey. But what I think is best, and this is what worked for me, was on a couple days of the week, I would really focus on doing a lot of reps. So I would, focus on it on that day. I would do a lot, and I'd say I'm going to do, 4 sets of as many as I can, and I would make sure I did that. But then on off days where I wasn't doing that exercise, I still did some pull-ups, and I had a pull-up bar, one of those doorway ones, underneath one of the doorways in my house, and every time I went by, I would just do a few, and I wouldn't go until failure. I would just do a couple, and I think that helps your body to sort of get used to doing that movement, helps those muscles continue to strengthen, get that sort of muscle memory happening. So I would say that don't be scared to do it on your off days. I just wouldn't focus on going like so hard on those days. That was what worked for me. It might work for you, hopefully. But yeah, that would be my advice there. Good question, Judy. I like that one. So the next question comes from Ryan Kearns. Love Food Lifestyle. I like that name. Derek, you used to be timid about filming in the gym. How did you get over that and start filming more? Any tips on that? I want to see it leg day, and I like the style of video where you do the voiceover. Like usual, good stuff, Derek. Cool. Well, thanks for the kind comment. I'm glad you like the voiceover style of videos. I will do a voiceover with my leg day. I'll do a voiceover with my push day as well. But I used to be timid about filming in the gym. I'm not sure where he got that from. I must have said it in one of my past videos or on my stories on Instagram or whatever, but that's true. I was much more nervous to film anything, even just in public. So how did you get over that and start filming more? Any tips? So I just started doing it. Sometimes you gotta push yourself outside of your comfort zone in order to grow that comfort zone, to get more comfortable in those types of situations. Tea break. So I find the voiceover style videos really help with that because you can kind of discreetly put the camera, somewhere on a ledge or in the corner or whatever, and then just do your exercise. And that way, people aren't like listening to you trying to give advice and like mess up your lines and all that sort of stuff like I often do. So that was one way that I got over it. But another way was like actually telling people around me what I was doing. So a lot of people in my gym now know what I do. They know that I make videos for YouTube and stuff, so I'll often tell them, like, if they see the camera and they seem a little bit apprehensive or they seem thrown off, I just say, hey, look, I'm just filming an instructional video for this. I won't include you in it. I'll make sure I cut those parts out or whatever if I feel like that's appropriate, and just let them know what I'm doing so that it isn't just some sort of mystery and they wonder if they're in the way or if they can talk or grunt or whatever, if that's gonna be a problem. And I just say, hey, I don't want it to affect your workout at all, just letting you know what I'm doing over here, and if it's bugging you, just let me know, that sort of thing. So I found that to be really helpful, but just doing it, repetition, has really been what's helped the most. Really good question, Ryan. Thanks for that one. Good variety of questions today. I like these. So should we reach out to Instagram? Because I have a video question here that I wanted to address as well. So let's just get that going.
Morning, Derek. I'm just going to ask if it's okay to do calisthenic full body workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So just pull-ups, dips, push-ups, maybe something else, but just the same on these consecutive days. Thank you.
All right, good question. So that was from Jake Greenwood 95 on Instagram. Thanks for that. Really good question. So full body workouts 3 times a week. I think if you're only going to work out 3 times a week, full body workouts are definitely the way to go. I wouldn't bother doing the split like I am, doing like push, pull, and legs, because then you're not working out your chest and your shoulders again for a whole week, right? And he didn't mention anything about legs in there. I'd try and throw some legs into the full body workouts if you can. He did mention the doing push-ups, dips, and pull-ups. And the basics are so powerful when you're first starting out, especially if you're gonna do like 3 movements that are calisthenics. Like those are the big ones. Do different variations of push-ups. Dips are really awesome, and then lots of different variations of pull-ups and chin-ups. So full body workouts, I'm a big fan of them. That's what I did when I started. Really good question, Jake. Thank you, man. So let's move on. All right, so next question comes from Kurt Wagner, and he says, or he asks, no pistol squats? So that's in reference to a leg day video that I posted, and I didn't post any pistol squats in that leg day video. So I do pistol squats, the one-legged pistol squat. I do those. However, last summer I really wrecked my ankle for like the 50 millionth time in my life when I was skateboarding, and I was actually trying to like improve my skateboard skills. So I was at a place again where I was proud enough to like put it on camera because I wanted to include it in a vlog because a lot of you guys were asking about it, which I still plan on doing. But yeah, I wrecked my ankle so bad, and it made it so weak that to support my body weight when it's going down is really hard. And there's so much scar tissue built up in there now that when I do go down, you know, quite low like you do with pistol squats, it hurts so much. So I'm working on rehabilitating that the best that I can. But yeah, right now I'm not doing a ton of pistol squats, and I'm kind of bummed about it because I do like doing them. I think they're really effective exercise. I can do them if I like hold on to something and do them like a bit assisted, but otherwise they're really hard. So yeah, thanks for calling me out, Kurt, but I get some pistol squats in there every once in a while. So the next question comes from Joao Matos. Hey yo, Derek, I've been following your channel for some time now and mostly been following your recipes. Awesome. But I'm joining a gym in a few days and I'm gonna try your routines, push, pull, legs, since I've been doing calisthenics for a while now and I'm in need of some extra weights. One question, how about abs and how often? Yeah, so abs, I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with abs. Like, I love having them, but I hate working them. I try to incorporate abs into every one of my workouts because for me, thinking of doing like abs for like 30 minutes straight is really daunting for me. If you want the best results, I think that's probably the best way to do it, is like to spend 20 to 30 minutes at the end of your workout a few days a week just focusing on like core movements and ab exercises, but I don't like doing that. So I try and just incorporate them into my workouts, which is why I do some things like, you know, L-sit chin-ups. I also focus on like contracting my abs a lot when I'm doing exercises like squats, or if I'm doing like even like pull-ups and chin-ups. I'm thinking of like contracting my abs, keeping my body in the hollow body shape. If you guys don't know what that is, look it up because it'll help you out. Yeah, I mean, I do it almost every workout, and then I will try and focus a little bit more on abs like once a week, like I mentioned, kind of on that 6th day where I kind of just have that as like my freebie day, and I'll do a bit of legs, a bit of everything else, and I'll include abs on that day. But good on you, Joao, for joining the gym. That's a really good step in getting more fit and taking your health into your own hands. So I commend you for that, and thanks for making lots of my recipes and following me. Appreciate it. All right, so this is the last question, and it comes from Daniel Didzinski. How much break time do you take in between exercises? Do you have some longer than others? Do they ever exceed 2 minutes? So I do have various amount of times in between my sets. If I'm doing something that's really heavy, I generally take a little bit longer in between those sets. If I get really out of breath, I take a little bit longer. If I'm like messing around on my phone, posting my stories or answering questions, then I also take a little bit longer, which I try not to do too much when I work out, but it happens. So I take a little bit longer sometimes. I try and keep my rest as short as possible, between sort of 30 seconds and a minute is what I find to be like a good amount of time where you can kind of let your muscles like rest and get strength again, but it will also like keep your heart rate up. So for on days where I'm doing heavier work, like I mentioned, it will be a little bit longer than that. And yeah, I try not to make it too much more, long than 2 minutes. I think it's a long time to be waiting in between sets. But it's been known to happen from time to time. I talk to people in the gym and answer questions about veganism and where I get my protein. So sometimes it is longer than 2 minutes. But yeah, I try to keep it around that 30-second to a minute mark. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Thank you guys so much for all the good questions. This one was fun. I haven't done like one that's just on like workouts yet. So this is a really cool Ask Me Monday. So don't forget, if you guys have questions for the next Ask Me Monday, ask them in the comments down below. Also, let me know your thoughts on like a LA Venice Beach sort of meetup, because that would be really fun for me. And again, the dates are basically the start of February until the 13th. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that you guys reach out to me and want my opinion and want my help on things. I think it's just amazing. I'm always blown away by people, like how many questions I get. And I'm just honored that you guys want my opinion on these things. So I'm more than happy to help you guys, more than happy to keep answering questions as much as I can, as long as you guys keep asking them. So thanks so much. Get out there, move your body, guys. I love you. I'll see you on the next video. Okay, I know a lot of you guys probably aren't cat people, but look how freaking beautiful this guy is. Wow, crazy good looking cat right there.